Almost 1 hour's worth of business. We've got a little bit of green for the S&P, some green for the Nasdaq, and look at the Dow, it's off 220 points. By the way, President Trump posting on Truth Social moments ago, if any Iranian ships come anywhere close to our blockade, they will be eliminated immediately. And by the way, Goldman Sachs, look at that particular stock. It is a Dow stock. It's down 3.5%. It's taking 225 points off the Dow Jones Industrial Average. So without Goldman, the Dow would be in the green. This week, Fox Business taking a look at the growing divide between red and blue states when it comes to economic policy and approach. Gerri Willis is with us. What numbers do we have on this?
A lot.
Yeah, right.
There's a lot of initiatives. Voters are seeing a tsunami of tax initiatives, that is, this election cycle. And while it won't be a record year for the number of proposals, some are extreme, finding new ways to target wealthy folks and others stripping tax coffers of collections altogether. One main theme, blue states targeting the deep-pocketed. And in California, a first-in-the-nation wealth tax would levy a one-time charge of 5% on billionaires. The twist here is that the tax isn't on income, it's on net worth. Already, 6 of the state's 214 billionaires have left the Golden State, including Google co-founder Larry Page, sparking worries. Listen.
They do have other places to go. It's ultimately perhaps counterproductive if you want to fund certain programs at certain levels.
Counterproductive and anti-competitive. Tax-prone blue states are the least competitive in the country when it comes to overall tax levels, charging some of the highest levies in the country. And it's not just California. From New York to Massachusetts, cash-strapped legislatures are looking to shake down the wealthy. In Washington state, a 9.9% tax on households earning more than $1 million, signed by Washington Governor Bob Ferguson last month, already being challenged in court. There's even talk of exit taxes on the rich who leave the high tax states. Meanwhile, anger over increased property taxes sparked by higher property valuations is bubbling over into a full-on property tax revolt. And that's across the South and Midwest. Voters will face property tax reduction or elimination initiatives in 7 states. In Florida and Ohio, the proposal is to eliminate property taxes altogether. And in red states across the country, anger over high income taxes and government waste resulting in 9 state initiatives to reduce or eliminate state income taxes. This, too, is a trend. As you know, over the past 5 years, 23 states have cut their rates of state income taxation. Now, what income will replace the loss of property or income tax revenues? If so, it's probably going to be up to legislatures to figure that out. They're going to have to possibly levy additional taxes.
Oh, surprise, surprise. Gerri, thanks very much.
You're welcome.